Now, it's been quite some time since I made a video, and that's fine. YouTube has been quite distraught without me. Now, because of my absence, there's been influencers who are scamming their fans, influencers who are touching people maybe they shouldn't be touching,
I don't even know what to say, man.
and influencers who are touching people who aren't even awake. But I'm not going to be talking about those influencers today because I'm going to be talking about the most alpha set of influencers there pretty much is. When I first started making videos on them, they were well under 100K, and they just made some stupid TikTok videos and actually eventually got their account shut down because their advice was like that bad. Can you imagine your advice being so bad that they're like, yep, TikTok's like, just not this. The whole point I was trying to make when I was making videos on these guys was that while some of their points actually had some type of meaning to it, they would be so over exaggerated that like nothing they said ever made sense.
When women have standards, 6 feet tall, making a certain amount of money, I want them to be attractive, confident, whatever, no one bats an eye. It's considered preferences. If I say I don't want a woman that's fat, obnoxious, masculine, or a hoe, people are going to shame me and say, how dare you? You're a misogynist. No guy wants to feel slighted and pay full price for something that's been used, man. And that's what marriage is. That's what a serious relationship is. That's how men quantify relationships in their head. But if a woman has sex with a lot of men, I know she doesn't have value because men are not sexually selective. That's the difference why men could be promiscuous and women can't.
And I'm not gonna lie, after I posted that video, I was getting kind of roasted for a long time. So the story of FreshnFit goes that they really didn't start blowing up until they started inviting girls who do like OnlyFans and different kind of like sex work type jobs, maybe Instagram influencers. And they would invite these girls onto the show, and then he would just like yell at them.
Include us being misogynistic, which you weren't even able to do that. So all I'm saying is that if you're gonna make claims, be prepared to back it up.
Yeah, let's boot them out.
You can get up and leave at this point.
All right, let's go.
If you're not gonna respect
So
the
two of us are leaving.
okay, both of you can leave.
That's fine.
That's fine. If both of you want to leave.
Okay. All because they didn't come there with a pre-written list of the statistics between men and women in the dating world. Seems like a slight unfair advantage, I don't know. But besides the fact that you're picking fights with girls who most likely don't even have their high school diploma, talking about the dynamics between men and women in the dating world, and you guys just regurgitate the exact same information every video.
I need you guys to make these women qualify to you for the relationship. Even though you're saying, my guy had sex with a lot of girls. That's irrelevant because he's a small percentage of men, and it proves my point even further that men, it's tough for them to get sex. So if he does, he's bringing value to some degree. And that's why I told you earlier, if you deal with a guy like that, you're gonna have to share him.
What if it came
Can you
to
talk
like,
into the mic, please?
I'm sorry. You know what? Honestly, I'm not even gonna get. I don't even want to get into this.
I think the thing that drives me the most crazy about these guys in comparison to somebody like Kevin Samuels, who does like similar kind of content, he calls girls onto the show who kind of volunteered to be on in the first place, and he just yells at them.
I find it funny that women like yourself, baby mamas, all of a sudden want to get stingy with the puss after you done gave your womb up before a ring. Man, you're a used vehicle wanting brand new 2021 prices.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I just said it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
You know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit. Every dude know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
I mean,
you don't have a big dick. That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude. And you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing centers at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month at 20 years old. And women.
While some of them genuinely, I gotta say, are hilarious. While I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin Samuels and his content, like he is a pretty successful businessman outside of his like reality TV show that is like his show. And then you have FreshnFit, which is like the two most below average guys that like I've ever seen. Like Myron in particular, who goes by Fit on the show, likes to talk nonstop about how he's a top 1% man. He talks about how he's over 6 foot, he makes over $300,000 a year. He's a top 1% man because that's all it takes. But I don't think he realizes by calling himself the top 1% man, he's also kind of like shitting on his co-host who's 5'7", 5'8", kind of overweight. They're both balding. I'm not even trying to go after their looks. It's just interesting to see that they pick the positives about their appearance, but don't seem to focus on the negatives. And his co-host, which I'm like just too lazy to even look up this guy's name, him in particular is just so obvious that he's lying about pretty much everything he does. Myron seems to have a very cocky attitude too, but for some reason, I guess like I kind of believe it sometimes. But that co-host, man, like how you can be called fresh and like, come on, look at, what is that? What is this? Fun fact, the co-host of the show was on some like reality TV show with Grant Cardone where he had to like pitch a business idea, and you could really see how like nervous of a person he is. And like, I just find it so interesting an alpha male is seeking like this other male's approval. Like, it's just, what's going on?
Bees. First, we need to research how to get rid of bees. And secondly,
it says that he exudes ego strength and self-confidence. Do you see it?
How much money did you make last month?
$120.
My favorite piece of drama while this Fresh and Fit thing was going on was when the co-host was bragging for months about his new girlfriend. He brought her onto the show, and he even threw some shade at like the guest they brought on, talking about, you know, you don't understand. Like, I'm able to get women. Women might use you, but not me. Like, I'm genuinely an interesting person.
Yeah, I was living. Problem is, you think that because I have clout, everyone wants me for clout. However, for you, that's true. For me, it's not. I actually have game, bro, right? That being said, hold on. That being said, right, bro?
Not game.
Your experience, right, with girls is tainted because you want to see it for clout.
Like, he was going on this whole rant about how charismatic he was, and then within like a few days, people found her on Seeking Arrangements, like looking for people to take care of her because she just wants money.
Still in college? Ooh. Why do you think she's interested in you? Ask her.
I was gonna say, can I answer this? I feel like the first day that I met you, having that genuine conversation on the boat, like
on a yacht. On the boat. Was it 60 foot long? Was it 85 foot?
I couldn't even tell you. See, I am a very big personality person. So if he came up to me and he just came and was like, "Hey, let me get your number," that's a no from me. The fact that he invited me, and he invited me out before. Yeah. And it was just the fact that me and my roommate were sitting at home. No, me and my roommate were sitting at home, and I was like, "Wow, what are we gonna do tonight?" And then, like, at that moment, he texted me and he was like, "Hey,
go ride with scooters or get on the yacht. Let's talk about it."
And he's right. I'm not a materialistic person at all. I could be if I wanted to. I don't care about that shit. Like, my dream car is a fucking Honda Civic. Like, I don't.
And then when this came out and it was so obvious that this girl was, like, not even remotely attracted to him, he tried to pull, like, a Vitali and say, like, it was just a prank, guys. We were just trying to get you guys. Like, this whole thing was just... It was a ruse. We were never actually dating. Are you crazy? Like who was watching that and was like, "Oh, he got us." You guys see that? And Myron on the opposite end, who likes to claim he gets like a bunch of women too, was caught having a Seeking Arrangements account where he wants to find girls to take care of. And his DMs got exposed showing only has guests on if they're willing to sleep with him.
The web, you can find it. This man's out here talking about don't pay for box, don't pay for box. He's on a website for sugar daddies and sugar babies. Okay. Alright. You want to be a giant hypocrite? Do your thing. He's telling girls in the DMs that if they want to come on the platform, they have to fuck. And if they don't, he gets upset about it and he gets all pissy. "Oh, you fucked all my other boys."
Like, what guy who gets girls is like, "Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? You can come on the show, but like, you have to sleep with me." Like, I just get so many women that I have to coerce them into sleeping with me. Then when everyone started to see this facade that Fresh and Fit isn't actually who they say they were, there was a lot of YouTubers making videos on it. Spencer Cornelius, Abba and Preach, H3, all these different YouTubers made videos kind of exposing them, and they went way more in detail than I'm going to go. But what do you think they did? Did they try to, you know, maybe come back with a rebuttal, maybe try to clear things up, invite them onto a podcast and maybe have like a little debate like they do with their very intelligent OnlyFans girls? No, they tried to copyright strike them because that has everything to do with nothing. It has nothing to do with anything. For those who don't know, a copyright strike can take down somebody's channel. If you get 3 strikes, your whole channel gets terminated. So 1 strike is pretty detrimental to a channel. YouTube is very strange with how they allow copyright strikes. Literally anyone can strike a channel, and it's very hard to regulate whether or not they're telling the truth. But luckily in this case, not only did their strikes not even count, but they were actually threatened with a counter strike to their channel for abusing the copyright system.
I think this is their attempt at getting back at the folks that they feel have aggrieved them. All right. And if you want to go through that route, do you?
And when they were questioned about it on a podcast, it was actually kind of hilarious.
Take down Abba and Preach with fake DMCA strikes.
What?
You want to go into it? Against you because
obviously you're attacking our character and our integrity. So at that point, hey, it's all fair game.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Put, if someone breaks into your store, right, and takes a broom off, you have a hardware store, takes a broom off the shelf and starts beating you with your own broom and won't leave and does it for 4 months, what are you going to do?
Oh, you can't file a DMCA over it?
Apparently not. You can't.
Yeah. So they just get it reversed or what?
Yeah, it's a long story, but...
It's not a long story. It's not a long story. YouTube was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Yo, take this shit down. And your little bitch ass ran to YouTube like, we're retracting it. Please don't delete our channel. Please don't delete our channel. And you retracted all your strikes. Don't be acting about it.
But I think this clip of him talking about why he did the copyright strike on his own podcast perfectly summarizes the type of people that he hangs around and what his podcast is all about.
Is that we're not going to give you guys the oxygen and talk shit about you and say your name. What we're going to do is we're going to go behind the scenes, get the legal people to do it for us, and then they're going to hit you guys where it really hurts your pockets, okay? You make a hit piece on us, we're going to hit you back, but legally.
My favorite part of this clip is the girl that's in the video and clearly has absolutely no clue what's going on. She's just clapping, cheering, and even tries to finish the sentence for him. Like, this girl clearly has no idea what's going on, and it just shows the type of absolute morons he has on the show. And you can see when they're taken out of their comfort zone, they go on somebody like Andrew Schultz's podcast or Tim Pool's podcast, how they're so much more quiet and docile. Like, they don't even know what to say because they're not in their zone. They can't threaten to walk out or kick you out. You know, they'll look bad. And honestly, since then, it's not like anything has changed. They've talked about why they think nobody should hook up with black women, how cheating for a man is completely okay, but if you cheat as a woman, that's just not right. Right, guys? Just overall, I think besides the fact that I'm clearly talking shit about these guys, in general, I genuinely never understood that side of the internet. Like, I don't get this whole alpha male channel. I just don't get it. I try to make jokes as much as I can when I'm on my channel, but genuinely, I find it so ironic that these guys who watch these alpha male channels don't see the irony behind watching another man to give you advice, to teach you how to be a man. I feel like once you Google how to be an alpha, it's pretty much downhill from there. Like, I'm not saying there's clearly some inequalities between men and women, that some favor men and some favor women, but I think when they're presented by these type of guys, we're never going to get our point through. We're never going to get our point through. Why are these the advocates for us? Because now we look bad. Now anytime a guy says he's starting a podcast, this is what they think we're going to do.
It's around, and I'm a chick and I get 1,000 male followers and comments and likes. I'm going to love it because I'm getting validated on my most precious asset, my looks.
The shock factor is already wearing off for these guys. They've been flamed on pretty much every interview. And honestly, this podcast with Britney Renner, I think sums it up perfectly.
I think you know more about me than I do myself. So you're saying... No, obviously you do, though, because you said that you warn guys about girls like me. So tell me about girls like me.
Just women in general. Like, I mean,
well, no, but no, don't women in general, because you literally specifically said before we got on here
this was all off-camera conversation.
That you did say that
that's true.
You warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
You're not special. You're like other girls. That's the key.
I'm not special.
Like, you're like other women that are.
So
like,
what makes you special then?
Anyways, that's going to be it. I'm saving this for the end because I don't think anybody really noticed, but I've been gone for 6 months and I'm finally done with my deployment and I'm back to normal life. I'm going to be trying to post as consistently as I possibly can. I would like to thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, make sure you like this video. And if you didn't like this video, make sure you get you and all of your alpha friends to message me privately and tell me what I could do to become more alpha, because clearly that is the problem with all of my videos. I'd like to thank you and have a good day.